E aí galera, tranquilos? Sejam bem-vindos a mais um vídeo do Brian Jordan. E hoje galera, eu estou trazendo vocês a mais um vídeo do Genshin Impact. E hoje vocês me acompanham a mais uma história aqui do game, que vai ser das crônicas das tribos da Citlane. E essas crônicas das tribos da Citlane, eu pensei que era do Ororo, essas crônicas das tribos. Porque a premissa parecia muito que era do Ororo, mas não era. O que pra mim não faz o menor sentido, já que essas crônicas das tribos de cada um dos personagens da região de Natal de 5 estrelas deviam ser liberadas quando o personagem lança por completo no jogo. Mas não, a gente podia fazer o ato 1 e o 2 tranquilamente sem a personagem ter sido lançada por completo. Mas agora que ela lançou, a gente pode finalmente concluir essas crônicas das tribos da região de Natal, principalmente da Citlane. E como vocês podem ver, eu vou meio que dar uma breve resumida a cada diálogo dos personagens aqui do jogo para vocês entenderem a história. Não vai ser todos, vai ser algumas partes que vocês não conseguiram entender o que estão conversando, já que o Genshin Impact é mais focado em quesito diálogos e narrativa. Mas sem muita enrolação, vamos começar a gameplay e ficar por dentro da história.
Huh? What are the Fatui doing here? That's a little concerning. Let's go over there and see what they're up to. Also, how did they get this close to a tribal settlement? Huh. All the Fatui left in Natlan are probably the captain's subordinates. That basically makes them followers of one of Natlan's heroes. Still, once a Fatus, always a Fatus. Something seems off seeing them here. Let's go check it out. What are you guys doing here?
Following orders. If you have a problem, take it up with our employer.
Hey, what's with the attitude? Can the Fatui even work for a private employer?
This is Grudok. I hired him to be my bodyguard in Natlan. As you can see, he's not the sociable type. I'm sorry for any offense. My original plan was to hire someone from the local tribes, but a priest recommended Grudok and his squad. I was told they were capable fighters and had the time to spare, so they fit the bill. It seems like the Fatui's reputation in Natlan is quite positive.
So that's what happened. Then you must be from Fontaine?
Precisely! Montluçon, at your service. I work in the publication business. And you two... Wait. You must be the traveler.
Acaso vocês não sabem quem são os Fatui? Os mestres Fatui são meio que uma organização que estão em busca das gnoses dos arcontes. Meio que eles estão atrás de todos os arcontes de cada região para pegar as gnoses para meio que entrar no reino celestial para meio que confrontá-los. Até agora as únicas gnoses que eles não conseguiram pegar foi apenas da Narida e da Mavoica. Já do Vente, Zhongli, Raio do Shogun e Narida, e também da Furina, eles conseguiram pegar. E esse NPCs que vocês estão vendo aí conversando, ele é da região de Fontaine que pertence a essa região.
So, you chased us all the way to Natlan? That's a little creepy.
You'll be generously rewarded, I promise you.
Well, at least he got straight to the point. Should we hear what he has to say? All right, we'll hear your request.
You know the great shaman Sitlali, right? I need her help with something.
Yeah, but the chances of her helping a random stranger just because we asked? Yeah, see, Lolly really doesn't like dealing with strangers.
I heard about that from other members of her tribe. But they told me if one person could convince her, it would be the golden-haired traveler. If you manage it, I'll even double your pay.
Oh yeah, we should definitely get to the bottom of that first.
It's kind of a long story, and there's tribal history involved, so you should hear it from an expert. Alie, if you could.
Of course. I don't often have an eager audience for this kind of thing. Nice to meet you. The name's Alie. I'm a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute. Unlike most researchers, I have a keen interest in ancient ruins. That's why I was invited to join Monsieur Montluçon's team. Have you heard of the legend of the great shaman Huitzilin? Yes, according to local records, she was a color mystic who lived over 200 years ago. and the most adept in her tribe at using that particular technique. Out of all of her exploits, her most celebrated is the Battle of Seven Colors. According to legend, the battle was triggered by an abyss invasion, one of the most brutal in Natlan's history, even from a greater historical perspective.
E para caso vocês não estão entendendo nada, a conversa entre esses NPCs e a viajante é que eles têm que não saber muito do conhecimento sobre a região de Natá. E como eles não conseguem saber nada sobre o conhecimento de uma coisa que eles tanto procuram para chegar a esse objetivo, eles precisam muito da ajuda da Citane. E como a Citane é uma pessoa muito difícil para ser convencida por qualquer outra pessoa para ajudar estranhos, eles precisam pedir a ajuda da viajante, que é a única ser que consegue convencer a Citane, já que a Citane é um pouquinho muito excluída do seu povo da região de Natá. Em relação aos outros.
That story is the reason I came to Natlan. I often publish books about the history of other nations. When I heard this story for the first time, I wanted to include it in my next collection, but historical records about Natlan aren't very detailed. We haven't been able to determine where the battle took place, or even within the Masters of the Nightwind, people dispute the legitimacy of the story. Some believe it to be a myth. That's why I'm here. The Masters of the Nightwind are said to have a tradition of recording past events, so I wanted to consult their records. We've been over this, Alier. There's no need to waste time on those scrolls when we have a better way.
Citlali, you mean?
Exactly. You're well aware, I'm sure, that Citlali has been alive for more than 200 years. That means she lived during the era of the Battle of Seven Colors. If she agrees to be my consultant, then no other historical records are necessary.
Oh, that's what you want.
So, what do you say? I'll quadruple the pay if it helps sweeten the deal.
Well, it's not that we don't want to help you. Oh, right. The duty the chief gave us has a lot to do with wheat sealing. Who knows? The Battle of Seven Colors might lead us in the right direction. All right, we'll help you convince Citlali. Just let us do the talking, okay?
Of course.
E para caso vocês não conhecem a Citlane é uma chama lendária da tribo dos Mestres dos Ventos Noturnos e é mais conhecida em Natá como a Vovó Itzlin. E por que ela chama de Vovó Itzlin? É porque a Citlane é uma das personagens mais velhas da região de Natá, sem contar que ela tem quase 200 anos de idade. Alguns até falam que ela pode ter 500 anos, mas só que isso só passa de uma teoria. Alguns até falam que o motivo dela ter sido tão velha e permanecer ainda jovem é por causa dela ter tido alguma maldição de imortalidade. Outros falam que ela pode ter sido maldiçada para ter imortalidade, outros até falam que ela pode ser uma criatura criada para ter essa imortalidade. Mas isso não passa muito de teorias, até porque a imortalidade da Citlane não é muito explorada no Genshin Impact até agora.
Looks like we came at a bad time.
Are you still there? Just come in. We can talk inside.
Well, at least we didn't get turned away. Huh. So this is where Citlali lives.
I didn't have time to fully clean up the place. Complain if you want. Menial housework means nothing to a great shaman like myself. Besides, in light novels, people who keep everything neat and tidy are always too boring to be the protagonists. Also, I'm not a hermit. I'm just above superficial rules of societal etiquette.
She sure does care a lot about what we think of her.
Oh, and that spell I used to transfer my senses to you, you're not still, experiencing the side effects, are you? It's my duty as a great shaman to check that kind of thing.
Oh, you mean when we could hear your thoughts? Nope. It's been so long, we don't have to worry about that anymore, right?
Then why do I hear the traveler's thoughts in my head?
What?
I can still hear you, you know.
E se vocês não entenderam nada do que a Satânia acabou de falar, esse feitiço de transferência de sentidos que ela mandou pra viajante foi meio que numa parte da história lendária que aconteceu no comecinho do jogo, onde ela queria saber muitas informações sobre o Aurora porque ele estava se juntando ao capitão. E como a Satânia fez isso, ela meio que perguntou pra viajante se ela ainda tá com alguns efeitos colaterais, mas ela não está. Ela ainda consegue ver alguns certos pensamentos da própria viajante quando ela pensa alguma coisa, opinião a respeito dela. Tanto que vocês viram que ela conseguiu saber o que a viajante acabou de pensar dela agora mesmo. Mas só que a Satânia é a única que consegue ter esse tipo de feitiço para transportar seus próprios sentidos para qualquer pessoa. Ou aquela pessoa consegue ler seus próprios sentidos.
Doesn't matter, I'm busy.
She sure doesn't look busy.
From you?
Yeah, we were given a sacred duty to help your tribe weave a special scroll.
Huh? So, you're the appointed ones this time?
We were surprised too. After all, we have no idea how to weave a scroll like that. But with Chef Biram's help, we were able to make some progress. We still haven't succeeded, but we learned that the key to weaving the scroll is a special kind of color. The historical event those men want to ask about also involves color. If you... She's giving us that face again. Did Paimon not explain things clearly?
I can't decide whether this twist is completely out of the blue or if it was foreshadowed all along.
Does that mean you won't help us?
I need to think about it.
Then there's still hope.
Hey, what's the holdup? Just give us an answer already.
You agreed to let us do the talking! See, Lolly?
Stand down, Grudok. As your employer, if I tell you to wait, then you wait.
Understood.
You're the great shaman who's been alive for centuries? But you're so... Apologies for the disturbance. Grudok is a recent hire, so difficult to restrain sometimes.
You're lucky you didn't force Sweet Lolly's hand.
Well, since you're here, how about a discussion?
Do you have any idea who I am? Did you think Granny Eatsley would be fooled by your little performance? I have no intention of speaking to you. Your recent hire interrupted me right as I was about to make an important decision. Pull a trick like that again, and I'll make your lives a living horror novel, except 10 times worse. That's all.
Whoa.
Traveler, we have a discussion to finish.
You live up to your name, Granny Itztli. I apologize for the offense. I'm just surprised the Battle of Seven Colors didn't pique your interest.
You're investigating the Battle of Seven Colors?
Ah, the Traveler didn't get to that part? Yes, I thought the Traveler could help me convince you. But, if I'm not mistaken, you have a personal interest in this matter, don't you? I heard that the great shaman Huitzilin was a friend of yours. You two must have been close. If I can resolve the controversy and prove the battle took place, I'll include it in my next collection. Then, all of Teyvat will learn the truth. With your support, your friend's heroic deeds will once again be known throughout the land. Inspiring, don't you think?
If this is really about that duty, then... fine. I'll help you.
I'm honored.
Save it. I agreed to help the Traveler, not you. You'll just have to leech what you can.
Well, at least she agreed to help.
Who are you calling heartless?
Not a problem. I always plan to work with the Traveler. So, did you directly experience any events of the battle? Do you have any idea where it took place? Can you think of any relics we could use to prove it?
Talk at me, why don't you?
Um...
Fine. No, no, and no. I did live during the same era as her, but that doesn't mean we experienced the same events. You decide the angle of your investigation, and I'll provide answers if I'm familiar with the subject.
All right. Even if you didn't witness the battle yourself, you still lived through that era. Your insights are very valuable. Alier, you had an idea about where to start, yes?
Oh, well, my plan was to consult the members of the tribe in charge of recording history.
Then, let's start there. Traveler, what do you say to officially working together?
You don't seem super invested in this whole thing, Sweet Lolly.
The Battle of Seven Colors is something I've only ever heard about. I know as much as anyone else in my tribe.
But how? Weren't you alive when it happened?
I wasn't there when it took place, and she never told me about it.
But Molo-san said the two of you were close friends. The battle was legendary. Why wouldn't Huitziling tell you about it?
Close friends? More like arch rivals. Something Montlusan would know if he actually did his research. Did you see the graffiti outside my house? That's not my doing. All students from Huitziling's School of Shamanism must pass an extremely difficult trial before graduation, defeating me in battle.
E sobre a Huitzilin era uma lendária xamã e terceira de pergaminhos nomeados pelo ictomussauro de El do Trapo, que também era seu companheiro sauriano, a quem ela chamava de clã. Para caso vocês não conhecem os saurianos, são esses bichos que vocês encontram ao longo do mapa inteiro e incorporam neles para explorar, que são chamados esses bichos para vocês conseguirem se divertir. Em sua juventude, ela desafiou a Citrane e perdeu. Embora em visitas subsequentes, ela logo começou a trazer lanches para ela. Ela continuou a desafiá-la por 20 anos, resultando em um embate que levou Citrane a acertar seus lanches. Ela era especialista e habilidosa de arte e manipulação de cores. O próprio chefe da tribo, que é o Biran, acredita que o pergaminho que a representa era apenas um artesanato. Provavelmente era o seu próprio trabalho. A Huitzilin fazia seus alunos provocarem a Citrane com grafites provocativos do lado de fora de sua casa, o que era considerado um desafio direto e ignorável. Isso não era por desrespeito, pois o Huitzilin respeitava a força de Citrane e era considerada a melhor entidade a quem comparava a qualquer um na verdade. Aqueles que eram corajosos o suficiente para enfrentá-la fariam conquistas excepcionais em seu futuro, eventualmente se tornando uma tradição dela. Após a morte de Huitzilin, seus discípulos descendentes continuaram a desafiá-la, mesmo que isso significasse a derrota constante.
Okay.
Please don't fight.
Wow, so the battle really is controversial.
Am I the outdated one? Kids these days can't find anything better to argue about?
These arguments are precisely why I hesitate to include this story in my collection. Neither side was able to offer anything useful. What should we do?
Huitziling was a passionate teacher. We were opposites in that sense. The technique she used in the battle must have been her masterpiece. There's every reason to pass it on. Still, if the technique is powerful enough to single-handedly stop an invasion, it also makes sense that her disciples would keep... We should check with the students from her school. If we can confirm the technique exists, we can deduce certain things about the battle.
But as far as I know, most of the shamans from her school occupy high positions in the tribe. Not the type of people outsiders like us can speak to on a whim.
Right. The obsidian altar is off limits to you. But, if I go...
Is there a problem?
Most of Huitziling's students are respected priests in the tribe. But that means they had to go through me. Or try, at least. I, of course, humiliated them from a young age. Those who hold the position now are the ones who lasted long enough before I wiped the floor with them. If I show up without warning, they'll run for dear life. That's not gonna get us any answers.
Yeah, Paimon can see it now.
Hey, don't jump to conclusions. That was just a metaphor. Only you have the guts to joke like that with me, traveler. Fine, I said I'd help, so I'll help. But don't blame me if it goes wrong.
Alright, the rest of you can wait for us here.
We appreciate the help.
Oh, are you in the middle of a ceremony?
Granny Eatsley?
What is she doing here?
Did some coward not show up after challenging her to a fight?
Or is she here to officially take over the tribe?
Whoa. It's like they really do see her as some kind of tyrant.
No matter what, we'll defend our dignity as priests to the end.
Ugh, you talk a big game for someone who lost to me the most out of the entire priesthood.
What?
All I want is to ask some questions.
So, you're here to interrogate us?
Someone didn't sit pretty for their beating? Is that it? You want their name, don't you?
We should just run!
Yeah, with the hero of Natlan here, Granny Eatsley will be on her...
If we want to protect our legacy, one of us needs to run!
Not this again. Just how much did you traumatize them, Sweet Lolly?
Hey! You can't just say whatever you want just because it's in your head. I'm Granny Eatsley. A mere mention of my name and kids burst into tears. Love and respect? No one has the guts for that. What? You know what? Forget about your duty. We really need to fix this mind-reading situation.
Sorry to disappoint, but if you're here to question whether we're qualified to inherit our master's legacy...
Oh, you forget yourselves, my friends. You are esteemed priests of our tribe. Where are your manners?
But Chief...
I didn't expect to see you here, great shaman. My sincere apologies for the lack of hospitality.
Well, I wasn't exactly planning to come to this crowded place. So you can save the pleasantries, Chief. I'd rather get this over with.
Understood. Now, as successors of Huitzilin, I understand your friction with Granny Eatsley. However, Elder Talapo's declarations have always showed us the correct path. You would do well to respect his counsel. So, mind your manners and allow Granny Eatsley to ask her questions.
Good thing Elder Talapo and Chief Biram are on our side. Hi there, Elder Talapo! Hey, he seems pretty happy to see us.
He's the one who put you in charge of the scroll, right?
Yeah, Elder Talapo appointed us to the task.
Elder Talapo, huh? He's still Claw to me. Hey, don't pull that cutesy stuff with me. You're an Iktomi-Sor Elder now. You occupy an eminent and important position within the tribe.
So, you already know each other?
Claw was only this big when we first met. He was Huitzilin's Saurian companion back then. She kept dragging him to my place, so over time, we got to know each other. She only came to my place to fight me. But at the same time, she always claimed to be my friend. She was the only one who dared to try, at least.
Well, you've lived a long time. You've probably made a bunch of friends over the years, right?
The more time you have, the more friends you lose.
Oh,
Anyway, let's get back to business. I hate talking about the past. Oh, 200 years and you still haven't given up, Claw? I still haven't made up my mind, so you should head back. Traveler, Paimon, let's go.
Hey there, Chief Biram! Oh, wait. We haven't reached out since the last time we failed the test.
I'm just grateful you haven't forgotten that duty.
Actually, we have good news! We found another clue!
I'm all ears.
It's the Battle of Seven Colors.
Huitzilin's claim to fame? That sounds promising. But the battle took place hundreds of years ago. An investigation is bound to be difficult.
True, but Granny Eatsterly promised to help.
Is that so? Huh. I've tried seeking her help in the past, but I never managed to coax her out. You should cherish this opportunity.
Hey, don't complain. None of the previous chiefs succeeded either.
Forgive me. That wasn't my intention. It was a comment on my own failing.
Paimon said you've been trying to figure out how to weave the special scroll.
It is my duty, great shaman.
Why bother? The scrolls always end up completed on time. So what's the point of figuring it out for yourself?
If I may, this task concerns the history of Natlan as a whole. And in many ways, history is the memory of a people. Memory is sacred to our tribe. I'm sure a great shaman understands that better than a humble junior like myself. I know you don't concern yourself with the daily affairs of the tribe, Granny Eatsterly. Even so, as a priestess, I trust you wouldn't leave something like that to chance.
I get your point. Of course, the one time I wish you could read my mind, it doesn't... No, that's not it.
Huh?
It's not important. Rest assured, Biram, with my help, the Traveler and Paimon will definitely be able to complete the task.
You have my thanks, then.
This should be the place we decided to meet yesterday. Who knows if Sweet Lolly will show up on time? She drank so much last night, she might not even be up yet.
Ahem.
Sweet Lolly!
No need to sound so surprised. Drinking is just a way to pass the time. I mastered the art of moderation long ago. Last night doesn't count. It was a minor slip-up, that's all. Anyway, I gave everything a lot of thought, and I think you're right about something. The Battle of Seven Colors holds the key to a lot of the answers I've been searching for.
So that's why you're here so early.
Traveler, great shaman. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Just follow me. I'll confirm the location myself.
Of course.
This should be it.
We're out! Looks like we made it through the maze.
Hold on. This is...
Whoa, so pretty! The thing inside the sphere looks exactly like the...
It's like a miniature blueprint made from a...
That color.
The die was modified using a secret technique to harness the power of memories and create mazes like the one we just witnessed. Without that power, it's just a normal die. But the color it produces is still... I would say this is the most direct evidence that the Battle of Seven Colors actually took place.
The expert has spoken!
Perhaps I could take a closer look? It's an important piece of physical evidence.
No, you may not. Ah, you noticed my signal. Not bad, Traveler. We make a good team.
Huh. So, you've been watching me.
A self-proclaimed book merchant who's never heard of Shogun Almighty reborn as Raiden with unlimited power? Please, that work was a commercial success across Teyvat. I knew you were fishy, but I didn't expect you to pull something like this.
Monsieur Montluçon, we just need a few pictures for our research, not the artifact itself. What if it gets damaged or destroyed?
Shut it. I couldn't care less about preserving this piece of trash. I would destroy it right now if I could.
But then there would be no evidence to prove the battle took place.
What if that was my goal all along?
What?
Huh. Pretending to be a book merchant, pretending to promote the history of Natlan and its heroes was the only way to get information out of the people in this tribe. But make no mistake, I'm no lowly merchant. I am the future owner of the largest printing company in all of Teyvat. But the dye in that sphere ruined all my plans before they could even get off the ground.
We've received a report that your advertisement in the paper makes false claims. Fontaine Law demands it be taken down immediately.
False claims? The dye I advertised is an unprecedented innovation. It produces colors of unmatched radiance.
Unfortunately, its qualities are neither unprecedented nor unmatched. According to the lady who made the report, she saw a woven scroll in Natlan made with a similar dye. Even more miraculous, that substance dates back hundreds of years.
How? Creating this dye is the culmination of my entire life's work. You're telling me I'm hundreds of years too late?
Calm down, sir.
Sorry, it's just... I know this product will be a hit. The economic boost to Fontaine will be huge. We just need to advertise it as written. Fontaine's publishing industry is one of the best in the world. All we need to do is publish something in the paper, and all of Teyvat will think it was our invention first. We don't need to worry about more reports. Fontaine is far more advanced than Natlan. No one will believe such an innovative product could come from a place like that.
That goes against all of Fontaine's advertisement regulations. We can't do that.
What if I give you a portion of the profits? All you have to do is let the advertisement stay.
You're trying to bribe me? Careful. I'm dangerously close to reporting this to Monsieur Novelette.
Oh. I knew if I was just allowed to market my product, it would be a hit. A bestseller even. I would be a giant.
E essa foi toda a verdade que esse NPC tinha falado. Tudo que ele mais queria é ganhar um enorme sucesso ao redor do mundo inteiro de toda Teyvat, para assim conseguir ganhar muito dinheiro e ficar completamente muito rico. Mas como esse sonho dele foi arruinado por causa de uma leve tinta que existe na região de Natá há mais de 200 anos, meio que isso acabou atrapalhando seus planos futuros que ele tanto queria. E foi por isso que foi acusado de alegação falsa na região de Fontaine. Ele tentou convencer o Melusine de eu não fazer esse tipo de publicação, meio que subordinando ele, mas só que o Melusine recusou. Pois os Melusine, eles não gostam de mentiras, eles são mais honestos em seus trabalhos e por isso foi recusado. E como foi recusado e ficou indignado com isso, ele bolou um plano para meio que conseguir várias informações para conseguir encontrar essa própria esfera. E foi por isso que ele inventou tantas histórias e rumores de toda Teyvat. Teyvat não, região de Natá. Ele encontra essas informações através da própria tribo dos Mestres dos Ventos Noturnos. E como a Citane era a única que sabia muita coisa sobre isso, ele precisava muito de alguém para conseguir convencê-la a investigar esse tipo de investigação de a Batalha dos Sete Cores que ele tanto procurava. Mas como a Citane não aceita ajudar estranhos, ele precisou muito da ajuda da própria viajante, que tem mais uma relação muito forte com a própria Citane do que qualquer outra pessoa de toda a região de Natá.
Ah, the wrath of Granny Itzli. Like I said, our interests aren't at odds. I knew from the beginning that you would accept my invitation, considering Huitzilin was your rival. You've lived longer than her, you're far stronger than her, and yet, she has always been more revered than you. Now, that can change. With the backing of the printing industry, I can take any book and send it to all four corners of Teyvat. This part of Natlan's history will be mine to tell. And in my version, I can erase the Battle of Seven Colors. You can be the one to have all the glory.
That's not real history.
That's a no, then? Your history means nothing to me. But it's not allowed to stand in the way of my Mora.
Done running your mouth? Good. Before handing you over to the tribe, I think I'll have my way with you first.
If this comes to a fight, per my contract, you're gonna have to go through me.
That's right. I didn't pay all that Mora for nothing.
Wait, aren't you subordinates of the captain? Why are you helping someone who wants to erase Natlan's history?
The captain. You actually bought that? United in the pursuit of Mora, we travel the land to collect debts. Our loyalty is to Regrader, his interests, and his wealth.
Regrader?
The captain means nothing to them. They serve a different harbinger altogether. Regrader!
This man has the potential to become a giant in the printing industry and disrupt Fontaine's economic system.
It's all been a lie from the very beginning!
I don't care who you serve. When it comes to punishment, I don't discriminate. Fulfill our pact! Yeah!
I will end you.
Rise.
You need
Let my name echo in song! You two! Time to end them! Get to work!
One with nature. The wind knows it. One with wind and cloud.
Eat Lolling! Eat Papa! Get him! Fulfill our pact!
Prepare yourself. You can't run from death.
That's what you get for messing with the hero of Natlan and Granny Eatsley. They could give Regrader a run for his Mora.
When did this person get so strong? Looks like the men following the captain failed to update us on the late... Not good. This is becoming more trouble than it's worth. You're on your own!
Hey, what about our contract? Your boss signed it himself.
Our boss never signs a contract without loopholes. Even a veteran businessman like yourself fell into his trap. That's what makes him the best. Go home and read the fine print. All I did was trigger the exculpatory clause.
You...
The other stipulations have been fulfilled. I set up explosives around the cave, strong enough to destroy this place. Oh, and for security purposes, all explosives have been rigged to blow at a specific time.
What? This whole place is gonna collapse?
You were supposed to wait until I made it out. Are you trying to kill me?
That depends on how fast you can run. I'm off. Ah!
You think you can just waltz out of here? Traveler, stop them, and then we'll make a break for it.
If I'm caught, I implicate my boss. Time for the backup plan.
Wait, don't! He triggered it just like that? If the technique isn't activated correctly...
Instead of a realm of memory, the subjects in question will be trapped in a temporary space like this. If you cannot escape in time, it's mutually assured destruction. But I can't fault someone for using it as a last...
I knew it! Someone of your skill wouldn't leave behind memory fragments just to parrot instructions. You must have the capacity for conscious thought.
I appreciate the compliment. It's been a long time, my friend.
This is no time for a reunion. The cave outside is about to collapse. I know time flows differently in this place, but that still doesn't leave us much time. Can you help me get out?
You misunderstand, Seatlolly. I'm nothing more than a fragment of memory.
What do you mean? This space can be manipulated, right? The exit of your maze. I remember its structure. If I create an exit here, I can You just need to tell me how to manipulate this space.
The maze you saw earlier was constructed using the memories of many warriors of Natlan. When people leave deep impressions on each other, their memories form connections. These connections are particularly strong between comrades in arms.
That's only because you never gave me a moment's peace. Still, it's a shame you're not around. You said it yourself. A memory fragment can't be used to create the connections I need.
Sweet Lolly.
But now that I have the chance to talk to you again, I need you to give me an answer. Your special technique. You didn't pass it on to your students.
So you figured it out.
After what I saw in the maze and everything you just told me, I'm certain the technique at the center of all this.
More specifically, you could call it the color of memories. In truth, passing on the technique is a process of using that color to tint another person's memories. Yes, the technique has the power to decide victory. But in my opinion, the capacity to add color to someone's memories is where the true value lies. You are fated to live a far longer life than me, Sitlali. I couldn't bear the thought of all those years existing as a blank canvas in your memory, so I wanted to leave a little color behind.
Your color, you mean?
One day, you too will want to leave behind your color in someone else's memory. When that day comes,
I have to get out of here. That's the only way to rescue them.
Sitlali, what are you?
I understand the true principle of this technique now. If I can't construct an exit, then I will separate this color from my memories by force.
But you could lose a portion of your memories that way.
I know, but my memory is just a blank canvas I've neglected for 200 years. Traveler?
When you entered the realm of memory I constructed, I used your memories to learn about your recent experiences. After 200 years, someone has appeared by your side. The Night Kingdom harbors Natlan's memories, and the Traveler's connection to that realm is incredibly strong, surpassing even the shamans who worship the Lord of the Night. This means that even without your tutelage, she can see the color of memories.
What did you say?
Although she doesn't know how to wield it, she unknowingly left behind a trace of color in your memories. That was enough to guide her to this space. You now have a connection at your disposal. Well, Sitlali, it looks like part of this was foreshadowed, but the rest is a...
Traveler? Traveler!
That's Sitlali's voice! She's just up ahead!
This is goodbye, my friend. Your memories over the past 200 years are much more than a blank canvas. Cherish them.
Wheat Celine.
Sitlali!
Paimon! Traveler! Hold my hand.
Did we teleport out? Man, that place was so... Whoa! We made it out just in time! Wonder what happened to the Fatui guy and the others.
He was most likely trapped inside that space. Just the external structures supporting that space would have collapsed with the ruin. Unless he managed to escape, he would have been crushed.
He still preferred that to being caught, huh? They were standing a bit further away, right? They probably weren't pulled into this...
Hello?
It's one of Malu Son's employees! Quick, restrain him!
Oh, I can explain. I had no idea Malu-san was such a terrible person. I couldn't stop him from running, so I stayed behind and tried to find people to help rescue you. I'm so glad you managed to get out of there.
Either way, the guards will take you back to the tribe. You'll be their problem.
I understand.
Anyway, I'm not here to harp on you. I just need to know one thing. Which way did he run?
He went that way, but I'm not sure if you can catch up.
That way? Unless he suddenly grows a pair of wings. Traveler, Paimon, come with me.
Whoa, look at this place. Do you weave scrolls too?
Scrolls. Scrolls? I thought you were going to show me your masterpiece.
That I am, old friend. The technique I'm about to show you directly relates to woven scrolls.
Fine. What is it? Something that can turn the tide of war or You probably want to challenge me, right? I know you don't have the strength for a real fight, so I'll let you beat me with words.
Old friend, my life is nearing its end. I'm afraid.
Hey.
Don't worry. I trust in the belief of our tribe that death is not the end, but the beginning of a new existence in the Night Kingdom, where everything is made of memories. So, do you know why our ancestors insisted on using colorful, woven scrolls to record our history? Because history is the memory of a people. We give our scrolls an orange hue, so the dead can still feel the warmth of the setting sun. We decorate them with kernels of grain fruit, so the dead can still enjoy the abundance of our harvests.
I know that, but something this important? Why entrust it to me and not one of your students?
As your friend, I admit, I'm being a bit selfish. I don't have long, Sipali. Oh, I'm not sure I can truly explain my decision. But I know you will understand one day. For now, will you accept my final request?
Just this once. I understand now, Wheat Celine. Just like you said I would. Claw, help me move this outside. I'm going to color it. Traveler, Paimon, come with me.
We are like birds, soaring through the horizons. I linger between brushes of memory, seeking the color of my final journey. When I get there, may there be feathers to paint the sky, shades of rose. And fields of green to beckon adventurous souls. And azure oceans with which to sail into the unknown. And volcanoes too, where, despite the danger, hidden treasure waits to be found. And graffiti art, of course. Without that color, just imagine the dullness of night.
Anything else?
In the end, I hope everyone remembers my color too.
hope everyone remembers your color too. All in all, it was just a technique for coloring a scroll.
The task I'm entrusting to you is much more than that. Farewell, my friend.
I knew you would understand.
This is the special scroll. How did you know how to weave it, Seat Lolly? Hold on. You've lived for more than 200 years. You know how to weave the special scroll. That must mean... you're the one behind the gifts from the spirits!
Oh, well, it's not like I wanted to interact with the appointed. So whenever I delivered the scroll, I used illusions to confuse. The fact that it turned into some kind of divine intervention is because no one was skilled enough to see through my tricks.
You've carried the duty alone for all these years? Even if you don't like interacting with people, why not teach someone else how to do it?
Traveler, you can see the special color, right? The essence of that color is memory. That means completing the special scroll is a process of searching for color within your memories. Passing the technique on to someone means sharing your memories with them. You need to leave traces of your color in their memory, and they must do the same. Even though I only confirmed that today, I've had suspicions for a long time. And, well, ever since Sweet Celine died, I haven't wanted to form that kind of connection with people.
Oh, yeah.
It was her final wish, so I kind of resigned myself to taking on the burden forever. After all, I have all the time in the world. But Claw never stopped appointing new candidates to weave the scroll, despite knowing exactly how I felt about the situation. I knew exactly what he was doing. And yeah, if I ever did share my memories with someone, I guess that person would be a friend. But it never got to that point. This time, though, you win, Claw. Take this. I guess it's my response to what you told me the other night.
What is it?
If I had to choose my color, it would be the color of this handkerchief. Countless people exist in my memories, and I know one day that will be my fate, too. A memory living on in someone else's head. Since you have a long lifespan, you're the perfect candidate to bear this memory and carry my color in your mind. Just keep it safe. And you better not forget my color when I'm gone.
Whoa. It's a little early to talk about death, don't you think? It's only been a few seconds since we made the friendship official.
Isn't that what friends are for?
Okay, this is a serious commitment. Well, Seat Lolly, if the Traveler's going to leave their color in your mind too...
Actually, their mark is already there. Remember the mind-reading effect I couldn't fix? Well, I finally got to the bottom of it. Sharing senses allows communication to occur between the consciousness of different people. Naturally, memories are also involved in that process. Just messing with you. I'm a legendary shaman of my tribe. Now that I know the cause, of course I can figure out how to fix it. It'll probably take some time, though. So bear with me for now. Besides, I'm an open book. It's not like you're gonna hear anything embarrassing. Oh, unless I've had a few drinks. A shame? I mean, if you ever miss this whole telepathy mess, I could always share my senses with you again. No promises, though. Some thoughts are better kept to yourself.
Huh?
You told him everything, right?
Yep, we left out the part about your contribution, but it kinda seemed like Chief Biram saw through us.
You could have just said it was a gift from the spirits. I guess he is different from the previous chiefs. But if he figures out it was me all these years, I'm in for a whirl.
There you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Oh, it's the other Fontanian researcher. He wasn't taken away with his boss?
Please, call me Allier. After questioning, the tribe absolved me of any serious wrongdoing, so I'll be heading back to Fontaine soon. No employer means no funding, after all. But I wanted to finish my investigation first. I'd like to ask some questions about Huitziline. I want people outside of Natlan to hear her story, but my understanding still has some holes.
Questions? Huh! Why should I let an Outlander tell our stories?
Don't misunderstand. I have no intention of twisting your history or using it to make a profit. It's just honest curiosity. I believe amazing stories deserve to be shared with the world. Culture thrives through dialogue and exchange.
All right, you can ask your questions, but be quick. I have
important plans.
Oh, thank you very much.
Another day, another drained social battery. Hold on. You owe me a pair of books.
Oh, that! When it comes to light novels, your memory is like a steel trap, huh?
You're telling me. Yeah, it's not gonna be easy. You might need to go to Yai Publishing House in person, but I don't need them right away. Just don't forget, okay?
Of course! We'll get them sent to you as soon as we can!
Sent to me? Nuh-uh. I don't want a stranger knocking on my door when I'm hungover. Here, just take this.
And this is?
The key to my house. Don't bother knocking next time. You'll disturb my sleep.
E concluímos as crônicas das tribos da Citrane. Eu confesso pra vocês que eu curti bem mais as crônicas das tribos da Citrane do que a maioria dos outros, como a Mulan, Kenichi e a Shilone. E por que curti bem mais? É muito simples. Embora essas crônicas das tribos não contem tanta coisa sobre os personagens, conta bem mais um pouquinho sobre eles, essa aqui das crônicas das tribos da Citrane contou muito mais da Citrane. Não contou tudo sobre a personagem como é que ela se tornou uma lendária chamar. Não, ela só contou bem mais o seu lado suave que não foi muito demonstrado na própria história principal. Porque a Citrane ela sempre ficava isolada de todo mundo, porque como ela é imortal e não pode envelhecer, nem morrer de velhice, mas só as outras pessoas de toda a Natá, ela meio que evitava eles para meio que não sofrer, ela não ficar sofrendo da saudade que ela tanto sente por eles. Porque quando cria uma relação, eles morrem de velhice e ela não, e ela permanece viva, isso meio que deixa a Citrane muito triste. É por isso que ela é muito isolada de todo o povo da região de Natá e vive numa casa completamente muito sozinha. E essa parte da história é muito legal da Citrane, pois contou bem mais o lado da personalidade da personagem. E sem contar que também contou da história da sua rivalidade com a antiga lendária Chamar, que é a Woodslin, que era a sua antiga companheira e rival ao mesmo tempo. Esse tipo de coisa devia ser contada aos outros personagens das crônicas das tribos, mas não, contar bem mais coisas sobre o que eles estão fazendo, sobre os seus tiros, do que contar bem mais sobre suas relações, suas personalidades, mais sobre eles e por aí vai. Mas já da Citrane foi uma das únicas que mais tinha mostrado esse tipo de coisa. Eu tomara que a próxima história de Crônicas das Tribos, que vai ser da Ia-san, também seja melhor e conta bem mais sobre as coisas da personagem. Bom galera, esse foi o vídeo, espero que vocês tenham gostado e se inscreve no canal, ative o sininho para receber os próximos vídeos e dê seu like e fica por dentro do crescimento dos jogos. E bora galera, fui!